Hello guys, welcome back to another video in our channel. Chelsea put 5 past Crystal Palace as Chelsea actually get their first win in the Premier League, and the first win was away at West Ham, and Maresca actually made the much needed tactical adjustment after the 0-0 draw. So if you really want to get more about this, kindly like, share and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. And I have to say this, the first thing that I have to talk about is Tosin Adrabai. His role in this game can be really underrated, but what I think is that he gave Chelsea something that Chelsea lacked during the Crystal Palace game. Look at his touches. Look at the passes he made. Look at the progressive passes he made. And look at the clearances and everything that he did. And I realized that these are some of the things that Chelsea lacked. Now, when you look at this tactical structure, what you notice is that Tosin was the central centre-back. And look at the way Tosin was able to receive the ball and make a crucial line-breaking pass. Now, here is the clip. Tosin has the ball. Look at how West Ham are organized, and Tosin is able to make a simple pass that can split both midfield and attacking lines. This pass onto the lap allows the lap to actually hold the ball, drag a centre-back out of position, and allow Estevao to actually occupy that space he vacated. Estevao again looks to make that run. Here again Tosin has the ball. He looks to make a pass for the run of Estevao, and all this is coming from Tosin. A simple pass and Estevao is 1v1 with the goalkeeper. And that's why I always say this, that we need a central centre-back who's able to make those passes. Now, let's look at Chelsea with the ball. Now, Chelsea with the ball moved to a 3-1-3-3 structure with Estevao and Fernandes looking to spread out wide and Joao Pedro playing in that central position. And that is what Maresca is looking for this season. Chelsea's back three, as you can see there, Caicedo at the heart, and look at the position of Estevao and Enzo Fernandez. Now, the reason why Maresca wants them to be in this position is so that they can look to drag out the outer centre-backs, creating space in opposition's back line. And that is what they actually did. Here, look at Fernandes. He's already pulling the wide centre-back out, allowing that space for Pedro to actually look to make that run. And because of this, you realize that when Cucurella has the ball, you can see how disoriented West Ham look in this situation. Because even when Tosin has the ball and they attempt to play the ball forward, Tosin is able to win it and actually play the ball where Chelsea are many. You see, because of Chelsea's 3 attacking tens, you realize that Estevao and Fernandes kept on dragging the wide centre-backs out, leaving space on either side of the central centre-back. And just look at this. West Ham are looking to press Chelsea man-to-man. And once they do that, they actually leave those spaces. Because these are the same spaces that Estevao and Fernandes will be looking to occupy. Now, because Estevao and Fernandes are actually occupying that space, and you can see that Caicedo is the only pivot in this scenario, with the passing of Tosin, Tosin is able to pick them in between the lines. Like in this case, Estevao drops, drags a wide centre-back out of position and is able to play the ball out wide for Malo Gusto. And he loses the ball here, and this is what actually led to the first goal for West Ham. And what you notice is that throughout, Chelsea maintained this structure. And you can see even here, Neto has the ball and is looking to create a lot of problems when he's actually facing the opposition right back. Now, these fullbacks, the wing backs, were constantly being isolated 2v1 on either sides of the pitch, making it so difficult for them to actually create something. Here you can see the position that Cucurella is picking up, and you can notice that Chelsea are looking to try and have that wide overload. A simple ball is crossed onto Pedro, and notice how Chelsea actually flooding the box with as many as 5 players. A simple cross, and Chelsea are now looking to attack the far post with a lot of numbers. And this is something that Chelsea kept on doing. Here is a corner, and look at how Chelsea are actually doing a corner similar to the way Arsenal are doing, and Chelsea score. Now you see the positions that the wide wing backs were picking for West Ham was also looking to try and create problems for Chelsea, because Chelsea were looking to defend in a 4-3-3. And Bowen, in particular down the right, was constantly dragging Caicedo onto himself. freeing up space in the left channel because the two inside forwards were looking to actually create more and more problems for Chelsea when Chelsea were looking actually to build, to defend themselves. Now, what you notice here is that Chelsea have the ball, and look at how they are looking to disorient West Ham. Again, West Ham were not so good in actually defending the line. And once the ball was being shafted across to the wide areas, Neto in particular was looking to whip in very nice crosses. But down the right is super interesting how Estevao, Gusto, and Joao Pedro are looking to create problems. Here you can see one thing. The ball is played to Estevao. Estevao plays the ball to Joao Pedro. Joao Pedro can spot Neto making that run, which actually leads to Chelsea's second goal. Now, Chelsea without the ball were looking to press aggressively in a man-oriented 4-3-3 because they wanted to ensure that all the three centre-backs were put under pressure. And once the ball was actually played in this scenario, what you notice is that Chelsea were forcing West Ham to actually play the ball in the wide area. And once the ball was being played towards the wide area, they were looking to try and stifle them. But sometimes West Ham were able to evade Chelsea's wide press, especially when Cucurella committed, allowing Cucurella to actually be taken out of the game and West Ham to look to try and exploit that wide channel. Now, one thing I also realized is because of the pace of Pedro Neto, Wan-Bissaka was not actually pushing high to press Cucurella. And this is what actually made Cucurella to be that player who constantly received the ball in acres of space. Here, Sanchez has the ball. West Ham are looking to press, but look at Sanchez. Sanchez is looking to play the ball onto Marc Cucurella, who's in acres of space. Cucurella receives this ball, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka is uncertain whether to step out to cover Cucurella or remain back. Now, down the right, it was quite interesting because how Estevao kept on dropping deep and pulling the wide centre-back out. You see, Estevao kept on drawing the centre-back out. Then Liam Delap would make that half-space run that he likes to make, allowing Joao Pedro that space in midfield, in the middle of the attack. Now, just look at this. Estevao drops deep. He pulls the centre-back out of position. Malo Gusto is looking to occupy that space high up the pitch. Estevao is able to actually beat his man and is able to make that run and actually cross the ball to Fernandes, who makes it 3. Now, when Chelsea had the ball, West Ham also looked to try and press Chelsea aggressively high. And this actually created some problems for West Ham because their press was not well controlled, similar to the press that Chelsea had. Now, you notice that West Ham were looking to go man-to-man against Chelsea, but Chelsea had the deadly weapon of Pedro Neto, especially down the left, as Chelsea were looking to constantly play the balls onto the left or sometimes high up, looking to try to use the aerial strength of Liam Delap to hold the ball. Delap wins the ball, plays the ball back to Chelsea, and now Chelsea are actually looking now to attack West Ham. West Ham shifted into a 4-4-2, and this actually made it even worse for them because now Chelsea had more players in between the lines. And because West Ham was struggling, when West Ham had the ball, you could see Chelsea moving into that 4-4-2. The only difference is that Chelsea were so dedicated in this 4-4-2. But Paqueta in particularly constantly found a way to evade Caicedo and receive the ball in between the lines. And once he received the ball, he was looking to try and thread passes that could hurt Chelsea so bad. Here, he made a pass to Callum Wilson, which I think Callum Wilson on his day would have actually scored for West Ham. Now, Chelsea have their first win of the league table, and I've talked about how Tosin was so important. So stick around to watch my next analysis where I actually talk about how Tosin's role in this game was. Once again, thanks for watching and see you in our next video.